dancing. Come on. Give me the bass. Give me the bass. You got it. You got it. Yeah. Oh, don't hang it too low now. Come on. Got to shake. Got to move. Got to dance. Got to shake, got to live, got to shake, got to dance. Come on.
Good evening.
Hey.
How you doing?
I'm all right. How you doing?
I'm all right. How your mama doing?
My mama doing fine. Well, she
Good,
did,
good.
but she fine.
Well, you know, and they just killed the jokes.
Do I know, right? Well, you know,
right.
it's good.
So, but good evening. Today is Wednesday, March 14th, and this is, well, actually, I am Epic.
And I am Dominion.
And this is the BGKH show.
What's that stand for?
So the B is for black.
The G is for gay.
The K is for kinky.
And we are all
Human. Get it? BGKH, human.
They're smart. You know, our listeners and our viewers are very smart. So,
Yay.
Ooh.
We had a mishap over here.
Technical difficulties. There
Camera
you go.
down.
Mm-hmm. Pimp in distress.
Right. So anyway, so again, welcome to the BGKH show. The show's for the blacks, the gays, the kinksters, and the humans out there.
Oh.
So, Mr. Dominion.
Yes.
How was your week?
The week went good. We made it down to Atlanta.
We're
gonna. We've got a whole listen. We got a whole thing there. So
I feel like this show is. I already feel like something's gonna happen on the show already. Like I just feel like I feel it in my spirit.
Your spirit.
In my spirit.
Well, listen. I
feel it.
And the fucked up part about it is there's some shit that we can't even talk about. Geraldine.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, because, she might be listening to the show. So
she going to have to call Killer. I'm going to call my boyfriend Killer.
But other than that, everything went well. So last week I started, my business venture. We talked about how I was going to start doing some things and making some moves and, getting out of the rat race and tired of hoes trying to tell me what to do and all this other foolishness.
Blacks in business.
Yes.
Blacks in
business.
So
I officially started my corporation last week, BAS Enterprises. No, Base E.
Oh, Bass E.
Yes.
Bass
Yes, that's it.
E.
That's it.
Bass
okay.
E.
Yes.
Bass.
Yes. You got it all out now?
Bass.
Sure.
I'm good.
You good?
Bass. Okay, I'm good.
So I want to give a shout out to my lawyer, Peter Glazer, for taking care of all of this. Because, listen, some lawyers are like, well, here are all the things you need to do. Peter, is a full service, he's a full service many things, but in this instance, he's a full service lawyer.
So I've heard. I'm just
right. Listen, I have receipts.
So I've heard, but I'll take his receipts as well.
But he has really been helpful with the process. So if you are in the DC metro area and you're a small business person looking for a lawyer, so definitely check out Peter Glazer.
Yeah, give him a call.
Yeah,
give him a call. I don't even have his number. In fact, we may want to have a conversation.
With him. Yeah,
so Peter, I'll be calling you.
Yeah,
how about that? We'll be calling you, Peter.
We'll be talking to you about that.
To you.
So that went well, and let's see, did anything else exciting happen? Not really. So, I don't know if I really talked about this, but I am involved in a study for an injectable form of PrEP.
Oh yeah, you did. We talked about it, or I heard you mention it.
We've talked about it, but we haven't talked about it.
Right.
So I've been on the little blue pill for a year and a half now, and my doctor is also the lead investigator on an injectable form of PrEP, where basically you take this injection every 3 months instead of taking a daily pill. And I had my first injection about 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
So what they do is, it's a I think it's called double-blind study.
Hey Peter, we were just talking about you.
Oh yeah, Peter, we were literally just talking about you.
We'll be calling you, Peter. We'll be calling.
Yeah, we'll be talking. We'll be maybe your name can be the first name to go right up here, slap right there.
Right. We'll be talking to you.
But so you it's a double-blind study. So in the beginning, for the first month and a half, you get 2 pills. One blue pill, which may or may not be Truvada, and one white pill, which may or may not be cabotegravir, which is eventually going to be the injectable.
Okay.
And then once they randomize you to one or the other, so one is a real pill and one is an injectable.
Only.
You should take it.
No,
you absolutely shouldn't.
I am not.
Because I just know there's going to be one of these times where my father calls in the middle of a show, or actually it's going to be my uncle calling on my father's behalf, and it's going to be absolute foolishness. Like, hey, I just wanted to say hello. How's it going? Of all the time, of all the days,
yeah,
in all the world.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, all the time.
So I took the first one, and I feel like, I'm doing my civic duty by doing this. It feels good to participate in this and, help, advance the cause of HIV prevention. So I feel real good about it.
Absolutely. And I think there are a lot of things that everyone can actually do. Mm-hmm. You know what? These technical difficulties. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm trying to get myself together. I'm a little.
Well, everybody that was listening on Epic Stream. Oh no, you got it back. Okay,
we back.
Ooh.
Y'all don't.
When you got an iPhone 3 or a Galaxy S1.
Listen. Let's be clear. Just because I don't have an S8 does not mean.
Yes, this is the S8, but my S9 is at home. I just haven't gotten a chance to to hook it all up.
Good for you. This is my S7, and it will stay my S7 until I decide to go up to an 8 or a 9. So that's what I'm going to do.
All right. Money.
So we good?
No, we're fine, De Niro.
We're good. We're good.
No, we're good about it. We're good.
We're good.
Mm-hmm.
I cannot. I cannot.
Put it on mute.
Like, I love my mother, but I cannot right now.
So you put it on Do Not Disturb then.
We're getting ready to go into that right now.
Okay. Can you? All right. No, you don't want to turn it.
I got
you.
You
don't want to turn the
got
media
you.
down. You want to go to Do Not Disturb.
I'm turning it down as well, but I'm just saying I got you.
Oh, okay. All right.
Anyway.
I mean, I don't know how it works on those older phones.
Bitch. Excuse me.
Sorry. Anyway, so So yeah, speaking of which, I better put mine on silent because this will be the very moment that my father decides to call with some foolishness. Right. So anyway, so how was your week?
So my week was actually pretty good. Mm-hmm. It's been pretty hectic as far as like a work week is concerned.
Sure.
Sorry, y'all. I just got back. We had some technical difficulties, and my mama called.
Yes.
Twice. But anyway, and we're having technical difficulties again with this damn phone. What's up, also wild? But anyway, but the week was good. I don't really have too many complaints about it. Mm-hmm. Listen, I woke up every single day, so I'm good with that.
Right. Maybe you should just put it on in the little.
I'm good. I woke up every single day, so I'm good with that. I was able to get up and go to work. So I'm good with that. Mm-hmm.
You should just take the phone out and just put it in just like you normally do. It just makes it easier. I'm just trying to help you be all you can be.
I appreciate you.
Mm-hmm.
I appreciate you for being you. And listen, I appreciate you. I got you.
Okay.
We're gonna make it.
I mean, we only pay for an hour on this station now.
So anyway, my week was good, and again, we had some technical difficulties. I had to come back in, so I appreciate y'all coming back in and watching. But anyway, So yeah, it was a good week. Like I said, lots of stuff with work, but it was good. That vacation was much needed, and
yes.
It was pretty interesting. Mm-hmm. But speaking of work, so why don't we get these things out the way, because
you should probably take a drink first so that you tend to run over your words.
I tend to run over my words. Okay, well, thank you so much. I appreciate
Pacific, that. Yes.
Pacific?
Specifically, yes.
And how many takes did it take you to get through this last time you did it?
Listen, we all are allowed one. We have all sinned and fallen short of the glory.
So listen, here we are. VoxWave now features a streaming radio media player on our website's front page where local artists can get their music played 24/7. For more information on getting your music in rotation or to perform live at the studio, contact Reg Gaskins at 240-832-4455. Android users, the VoxWave app is now available in the Google Play Store. Download the app today on your Android devices to listen in and view programs. Business owners, listen, you're looking for a place to advertise your business and promote your products or services. VoxWave is the right place. We have over 10,000 views a day and 70,000 listeners a month. For more information, contact Reg Gaskins again at 240-832-4455. And also, in support of the community, VoxWave will be collecting toiletries. Well, they did that previously, but you guys are still doing, okay. They're going to be collecting toiletries such as toothpaste, soap, lotion, antibacterial wipes, socks, shampoo, combs, and etc. So that was my one for today.
No, you sort of flubbed users, but I let it slide.
No. I didn't flub users.
You said users.
All of this is one. All of this is one.
Oh, that's your one.
All of this is one.
That's your one. Well, okay.
So again, in support of the community, VoxWave will be collecting toiletries such as toothpaste, soap, lotion, antibacterial wipes, socks, shampoos, combs, and etc. So please drop off your donations at the station, which is located at 4711 Off Place, Suitland, Maryland. That's 4711 Off Place, Suitland, Maryland. So again, we have to make this announcement and make sure that everybody knows where they can actually come and make their donations, because it's important.
Right, and then they need to know where to come if they want to buy a core.
Well, yeah, absolutely. Come on down and get yourself a really nice vehicle. They have some cute cars on it.
They did. I saw a couple of, a young man might be getting if he ever gets his driver's license together. So.
Oh well,
Listen, I wish I had someone willing to buy me a car. Let me tell you, if someone said all you have to do is get your driver's license and I will buy you a car, let me tell you.
Been there, done that.
How quickly I would have that driver's license.
Been there, done that.
We've been bullshitting for like a year. He don't understand that this might come. This might end.
This may come. This may come as some surprise, but it won't last forever.
Okay, Sade.
I'm just saying. I tried. Anyway.
Well, all right. Well, let's just get this show started. So, first up. Every day, it's something different with Epic.
So I'm going to go ahead and go on freestyle on this. Not that I haven't really done freestyle before, but so today I had a very challenging day. I don't know if I've shared with you all, but so I have a parent. She has some memory issues, and I'm trying to coordinate care and all that type of stuff. So it can be very stressful. So you have family that wants to help and be available whenever they, whenever they can. But I find it amazing that some of my family that are available to help whenever they can are so busy that it's never when I need it to be done. But it's okay. So I'll go ahead and drive the 2.5 to 3 hours to get to her to do the things I need to do for her. Mm-hmm. Well, today I think I had a conversation. I think I'd had enough, and I'd had a conversation with
enough is enough is enough.
I want her out. Anyway, I had a conversation with the young lady that is helping out my mom do some basic stuff, and I was touching base with her about a doctor's appointment and also about a visiting nurse that came through. And the visiting nurse was concerned about a few things, and so I said, okay, well, no problem. But as I was touching base with her, her responses were more of like, someone asked me about this before and I'm already irritated and I already told somebody else that I didn't know what the answer was, or they just seemed very agitated. So I had to, when I got off the call, I actually called her back and said, hey, I said, let me just ask you a question. It sounds like you already knew what I was talking about before I even started. And she said, well, yeah, your uncle called. And I was like, stop right there. Do me a favor. If anybody else calls you, other than me, the person that's writing you this check every single month, please tell them to call me directly. Now, I love my family. I really do. And, I was the youngest grandchild for a while, and, I'm the youngest and, all that good stuff.
But they also forget that you're 46 years old.
And counting. And my patience is getting ever so short. So, this conversation that I'm having on air is probably the very polite version, because when it happens, and I know it's going to happen again, it's going to be a completely different conversation. But again, her instructions were to please refer anyone that is not writing you a check to me. But let me be clear, if they want to write a check, we'll make it work. But I will still have the ultimate say-so in what's going on over there with my old girl.
Right.
My 73-year-old.
Listen.
Yeah. I
literally have that conversation with everybody that comes in the house, When a couple of years ago, I discovered that there was some shingles missing. And the roof guy comes over and he's like, well, your uncle said. I was like, just stop you right there.
Right.
I am the one paying you. Despite the fact that there are two grown men there in their 60s and 70s, I am the one that's paying you. So you can listen to them to the extent that it entertains you. But when it comes to making a report, you call me, you make a report to me, and I will authorize payment and direction on whatever happens in that house. Absolutely. And I am the only one.
Absolutely.
Because they always got...
They trying it. Every day is something different.
They stay trying it. And I don't know if I said this, I just can't help it. They keep breaking shit. Shit just end up broken. So like my father has one of those I don't know if it's called a reoxygenation machine, but basically it takes air and converts it into like a pure form of oxygen. So the machine is about, this tall and this wide. It's a big old heavy thing. It shouldn't go nowhere because my father doesn't go anywhere but sit in that chair and watch TV. So he calls me, he doesn't call me. My uncle calls me and says, the machine broke. Like, they always pose it as if whatever it is some sort of a sentient being that broke itself.
But it had nothing else to do.
The dishwasher broke. The house.
It just stopped working. It just shut down.
The stove caught on fire.
I don't know what happened.
The refrigerator don't work.
The ice just came out. The water
right,
don't work.
Like, well, and all of these
the
things.
washing machine just flooded on the floor.
It's never something that is old that breaks. It's something new that breaks. So I was like, well, how can a refrigerator that we just bought 6 months ago already not be working?
Let's calm down because we're going to go into a whole different conversation.
I'm just saying though. How can you just be like, and then sometimes I don't even find out about it, like the time they almost burnt the fucking house down.
Let's come back.
I'm sorry. I know this is every day is something different with Epic, but right now, goddammit.
So listen, you're going to go off on a tangent. Let's come back because we have a lot of stuff to talk about. We have a whole exciting trip to talk about. So let's just come back.
All right.
So that is my everyday is something different.
All right. Sorry.
But you may have some complex feelings later on.
Yeah, listen.
But I'm just saying.
My feelings about that are long lasting.
Okay.
The last thing I will say is that although I do not want my father to die, I have planned out the funeral and what I'm going to say to every relative. Oh, I'll be having how you have fantasies, if you run into your ex or someone that did you wrong and what you're going to say to them when you see them.
I'm going that out with every relative. Listen, word on the street. That's where we at right now. Word on the street because I'm skipping all the way over this. I'm not. I'm skipping all the. This is a big hot pile of. I'm skipping all over this. I'm skipping over it.
All right.
So word on the street.
Word on the street. All right. So we'll deal with RuPaul and then we'll come to this after the break because this is going to take a minute.
Yeah. Because listen, stay tuned because the stuff that we have. Listen, the trip to Atlanta was everything. There was a lot going on. And I see that. Hey, Capriccio is on. So you want to stay tuned.
Yes.
But
Drag Race. So the world is still reeling from Bendela's leaving the show.
I had a gag moment because I really was sitting there like, oh wait a minute, shout out, Ed, you might want to take them pork chops out of the oven. Anyway, I was still reeling. I'm assuming he's on there, but I was still reeling from that because when Bendela turned around, I said, "Are you kidding me?" When she reached down into her bosom, and spoiler alert. I'm just saying, if you all didn't watch Drag Race, because
that was week before last. I mean, you got to catch up. You got to stay on top of it.
Well, yeah. So because then tomorrow will be,
right, the finale.
Yeah, basically. Mm-hmm. So, hey, Voodoo. But anyway, so yeah, I was, but I actually, Aja said something about. What did she say? She said, "God bless Bendela or Bendela Christ." She said, "Bendela Christ."
Bendela Christ. Yeah, that was. I was
funny. Like,
I still just think it was bullshit for one, and so there is that. But listen, it is what it is. I thought it was bullshit for all the reasons that I talked about, and then something occurred to me afterwards. I was like, "Where did she get fucking whiteout from?" Unless drag queens use whiteout on their face, which I don't think they do.
But whiteout, listen, anything can be used if you're doing a face. I'm telling you.
Okay, but sure. All right, so this week started with a stunt. All right, so they had teased that Nancy Pelosi was going to be on the show because, sure, whatever. Nancy Pelosi was going to be on Drag Race. I was like, okay, I guess she's a judge. She was on the show for all of 30 seconds. In the beginning, first of all, I will say her surgery has settled nicely.
She don't have that.
She does not have that. She does not have that.
What's her face? Who passed? Comedian Joan Rivers.
Joan Rivers. She does not have that wide-eyed, surprised, rictus death mask.
And Joan Rivers is like, oh my God, hey, oh, Jesus. Listen.
Hello, drag queen.
Yeah, she stayed like that for quite some time. Like her lips would even close.
So Nancy Pelosi's surgery has settled nicely. She came and read a cute little thing right off of some cue cards that were just off stage.
That's okay.
And, the girls were predictably verklempt at having this person. They kept saying, oh, she's my idol. I was like, really?
She's not your damn idol. She's no damn idol. Nancy. I mean, Nancy Pelosi, she's good and all, but she ain't no damn idol. Like
What I also don't like is that they keep not airing the mini challenges.
Well, what was the mini challenge for that?
They didn't have one, or they didn't show it on air.
I'm trying to remember.
So I mean, I guess if you watch like VH1, or if you have the
was there a mini challenge? I don't think
there was not.
Yeah,
or it wasn't shown on air. But they always say the maxi challenge, which to me means that there was a mini challenge that they just didn't air, or whatever.
Well, yeah.
So the maxi challenge was that they were going to do this movie, or at least a trailer for a movie, where they were going to be these highbrow actresses doing a Amy Schumer style comedy.
Yes.
And I don't care for Amy Schumer, so I was already unbothered or not interested in the whole concept. So.
Her comedy is definitely very specific, and I think it is very it's definitely probably not our generation. It's probably more millennial.
Okay.
But but it's okay. I mean, make your money. I mean, do what you got to do. Make them laugh. So, but there's some stuff she says that she does that is pretty funny. So
every comedian is told at least one funny joke.
Well, yeah. I mean, but I think I like some of the stuff.
So Morgan, who was, remember, the eliminated queen who had been brought back, got to decide who everyone was going to be. So there was. I don't even remember the name of all of the characters, but so there was like a Black Swan character.
Right.
There was an Octavia Spencer character.
Right.
There was a Helen Mirren playing the Queen character.
Yes.
There was a slutty Erin Brockovich character, and
then there was
the ingenue, the Emma Stone in La La Land.
Yes.
Character. So that was who they were, and so Kennedy was Emma Stone.
Two different teams.
There was only one team. It was just five roles.
I'm sorry.
Right. So Kennedy was Emma Stone. Trixie was Erin Brockovich. Shangela was Octavia Spencer.
Yes. And listen,
BB,
Shangela is killing the kids.
She is.
Shangela, I never disliked Shangela, but Shangela is killing the kids. She is killing them.
I'm rooting for her.
She has that all around personality, the whole package type of thing. Like if anybody was to, I don't want to say to succeed Rue, in the case of something happening, or even just in general, like she could be one of those people. Like there's probably very few, but she's killing the kids.
Right.
I'm just going to shout out to Shangela.
Yes.
Hallelujah.
Definitely. And BB was the queen.
Yeah.
And Morgan assigned herself the Black Swan character. And it just didn't. I didn't think any of the cameos were particularly funny. It was just sort of.
But they could have done so many things that make things funny.
And BB was giving you this dignified queen, but it was supposed to be these dignified characters in this lowbrow comedy.
Yeah.
So she didn't go far enough with it. Girl, what does he want? Probably wants money or to go out or do some shit. Anywho,
okay.
Well, he ain't got enough money for internet, so I ain't worried about it. I said what I said.
And listen, as you have also said, it is none of my affair. Ultimately. But anyway, go ahead.
Yes. Oh, you know what we forgot to talk? Exactly.
What the?
Listen.
It's like 7. Okay. Anyway.
Yeah. This is why the phone is on mute.
Okay.
For a very good reason.
Okay. Well, anyway, so But when they
but
did
anyway,
the-
so then they did the runway.
Yeah.
And they all had to come up in a look that was best in red or whatever. And Shangela gave you this dress that just looked sort of flat. And then, but as she walked, it blew up, and it was like stars, points on a star.
Yes.
That I thought was everything. I love that look.
Well, I didn't think it was everything. It was okay.
Well, okay,
It was
but I mean
cute.
everything. Okay,
It was
all right.
cute. I mean, it's
so let me
animated,
take that
so
back.
that's
You know,
cute.
everything is a very so.
I mean-
I thought it was cute. So BB came out looking like Ornacia, and the funny part about it was that she didn't know who Ornacia was.
They were like, "You don't know who Ornacia is?" She was like, "Who is
With
that?"
the head,
She was like, "Who is that?"
So,
Who is that?
Because that was one of the things. It was like BB is above all
that?
of the
Listen,
whatever.
BB floats in the room and floats out. Listen,
Right.
I'm gonna give her that.
She did, and she did. She
yeah.
refused to say whose name was on her lipstick.
Yeah, yeah.
Which I thought was kind of classy because it was like that's unnecessary. There's
unnecessary,
already all kinds of whatever in the,
so you don't have to add to the. You don't have
and
to
it
add
doesn't
to it.
matter.
Yeah, at this point it really does.
Right, and that's been my thing always with these competition shows. It's like just have fun
And keep it moving.
and there's no need for a lot these shows, not just Drag Race, but a lot of them create this drama by, okay, you've already got an elimination in the competition, so let that be it. But then having the girls have complex feelings by talking about why, what they would have done and all this is unnecessary in my opinion.
I agree.
But I don't find drama like that interesting anyway. So it came down to Trixie, who has actually grown on me a lot.
Trixie is good. Like she's
in the beginning, I was like, why is she here?
Like she's gotten that wind in her sails. Like she's good, and she's actually really entertaining. Have you ever watched her Trixie and Katya?
I have.
It's actually the two of them are
funny.
entertaining,
Mm-hmm.
and Katya is one of those ones that I never thought was that entertaining. But on their show together, it's really good. And they're on it's on a cable channel. I can't think of which one it is, but it comes on. It was internet first, but it's actually on a cable channel now. So shout out Trixie, you're doing your thing.
Yeah,
and it's
and
pretty
I
funny.
appreciated what she said.
Yeah.
She's like, on stage, Trixie gives you everything, but off stage, I'm just a boring white guy that doesn't like hugs. And I'm just like, listen, I get that because when everybody isn't on all the time. Some people are just like, I'm on because I have to be on, and I'm good when I'm on. But when I'm off, I need quiet time.
Yeah, that's that. Listen, that's that introvert, needing to recharge.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, so ultimately, it came down to them, and they lip synced to one of RuPaul's songs that featured Big Frida, and Shangela came out in this fat suit and twerked. And some of the kids have complex feelings about her coming out in a fat suit, and it was
I'm not quite understanding because it was just.
I thought it was entertaining, and
That's all
but
that I
I'm one of
thought it
those
was.
people who I'm not that wrapped up in fat stuff. So even though I am 1 pound over my ideal weight,
Okay.
just 1 pound.
Okay.
But anyway, and so Shangela won. And listen, I love that they had already had the discussion. So so if you weren't in the top 2, that meant you were in the bottom 3. So in the bottom 3
We
were
don't have to hold-
BB, Kennedy, and Morgan.
Yes.
And Shangela went up to Kennedy. She was like, "There is no way on God's green earth that I'm going to eliminate you. So so that automatically that's off
Took her
the
out,
table.
yeah.
That's off the table. So
Yeah.
you did it. It came down to the other 2, and then ultimately Shangela won, and she sent Morgan home again.
And Morgan has yet to break the curse of the returning queen ever coming back for more than one episode.
Right.
She's yet
Although
to break
I
the
didn't
curse.
think her, instead of Black Swan, it was Beige Swan. I didn't think it was terrible. I actually thought
Kennedy was horrible.
I thought Kennedy's.
She was horrible.
La La Land, Emma Stone thing.
It
and
was
then what was so
horrible.
funny was that the 2 guest judges
And I like Kennedy.
were Chris Colfer from Glee and Garcelle Beauvais for some reason.
Yeah. But
And
it wasn't one of
and
Kennedy's
Chris
finest
Colfer was
moments.
like, "Well, you didn't do enough specific Emma Stone mannerisms," and I was like, "Emma Stone has specific
That I don't
Listen,
understand.
that's a very white thing. I take that back. So that's a very white thing, but I don't think Emma Stone is like. I don't think
she's not a standout chick. She's
right.
Just
Yeah,
any old,
I mean she's
plain
lovely
Jane,
or whatever,
average white
but
woman.
Yeah, I'm not thinking of her
But
in any
that's
sort
just
of
me.
way. But anyway, so
Anyway,
so what did you think of Morgan going home?
Baggert.
So now we're down to the bottom of the last four.
Yes.
So who do you think is going to win, and who do you think should win?
So while I like Kennedy, I don't think she's going to win.
No, not at all.
While I also like BB, I don't think she's gonna win.
I don't see that
Because I
ever
think
happening.
she's just been floating along, and good for her for getting her brand. I think it is gonna come down to Trixie
Yes,
and Shangela.
yes.
And that's what who would I like to see win? I would like to see Shangela win for several reasons, because she's been on the show 972 times, and she's just good. I'm not sure if this is going to play in Trixie's favor. I'm not sure. I just don't know. So,
Well-
but that's why I think the competition is going to be.
In the words of Issa Rae, I'm voting for everybody black.
Well, and then there's that. So,
So
Shangela would be
there's that.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't be like if Kennedy or BB won. I'd be like,
How did this happen?
This is this is the gag. Okay,
How
I
did
see
this
this.
happen?
This
Yeah.
is the fix. But if Trixie won,
Right,
my feelings would not be hurt.
What's up, Coach?
Not that my feelings will be hurt, but I would be like, oh, okay, she legitimately deserved to win. So the top three, in my opinion, were always going to be Bendela, Shangela, and Trixie. Now that Bendela has self-eliminated, because if Bendela was still here, it was
Bendela
like,
was
okay,
gonna
that
win.
was like
Like,
a gimme.
Bendela's winning, so
Right.
that's what-
It was like with Chad Michaels'
What up,
season.
Steven?
It was like, okay, we
Chad-
knew
yeah.
how that was going to happen.
And Chad came in with a passion for that. He was like, bitch, he came in like, made the odds be forever in your favor. Somebody's calling me on my phone. Ooh, what? Is that the $100,000 calling me that I lost? Oh, yeah.
Exactly.
Chad was,
So,
listen,
right.
he was ready and hungry for
So I'm good for that. And
it. Not Houseway.
someone who will remain nameless said that who is in a position to perhaps know.
Don't tell me.
Said that they knew the winner. So next week we will see if they were right or not. So, all right. So we're going to take about a 2 or 3 minute break.
Stay tuned. We got
Stay
a lot of
tuned.
stuff to talk about for Atlanta.
Oh, Atlanta.
Atlanta's
was
coming up. What's up, Steven? It was foolish. Foolishness.
Foolishness.
So stay tuned.
So-
we get right up into that.
Get it
Right up into
together.
Get into it. Get into it.
Y'all ready?
Still love disco. But they didn't understand it never. Disco was much more and much better than all that. Disco was too great and too much fun to be gone forever. It's got to come back, some 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 got to come much more, much better than all that. Disco was too great and too much fun to be gone forever. It's got to come back, some 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 got to come back.
Please don't talk about sweet love. Please don't talk about being true and all the trouble we've been through. Please don't talk about all the plans we had. It's broken romance. I want to know where the people dance on action. I want to live on action. I want to give it. I want to get some I love
It's so much too great and too much fun to be gone forever. It's got to come back, some 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 got to
All right, kids, and we are back.
We're back. We're back.
And we're back. All right.
So as I said earlier, I feel like this is where it's getting ready to jump off. I'm just feeling some type of way right now, but let's jump right on into it. We might as well just jump right on into it.
All right. So, Atlanta. So we went for Leather Leadership Conference.
Yes, indeed.
Which is an annual conference that has recently been held in Atlanta and looks like it will be continued to held there. Will be held there for the next couple of years. So I got there Thursday afternoon.
Yes.
And one of my brothers said he wanted to take us to a spot. And he didn't say exactly what it was at first, or this was in the days leading up. So when we finally go there, he says, oh, we're going to go to this place called The Den. And I looked at their website. I was like, okay, the website is cute. This is cute. This is cute. You know, fancy pictures and everything. And it's like, I feel like I remember something about this place, but I couldn't remember what exactly it was. And so I remember having the slightest bit of trepidation. And at 46, I have learned to trust that feeling.
Yes, God.
And you know, you can't remember everything. You can't remember all of the specifics, but you usually remember the feelings
Just
around
something,
it. And I was like, something ain't right, but I'm going to go. And so we got there. And when we got to the spot, I saw it right there. It says there is a height and weight requirement. So I remember that when the Den first opened, or when I first became aware of it, I was like, oh, I could go. And then I went on the website.
Right. Something in your spurt.
In my spurt.
In your spurt.
Right, Voodoo. And I remember going on the website and said that they had not so much a height restriction. It's not that you got to be this tall, but it was a height weight proportionate restriction,
which is very specific.
Right.
So basically, what you're saying is you don't want no big bitches up in this.
Right
up in
now,
this. That's literally what you're saying.
Now on Thursday
so we can break that
is
down.
Big Boys Night, so
which is in and of itself a whole nother issue.
All right, so for those of you who haven't been, let me tell you what this is. So you know they got fancy pictures on the wall. You know they make you think you're gonna go in there and you're gonna be in this plush environment.
So I didn't go on this trip because I hadn't gotten there yet. But I've been to this particular. I think this is the place that we were talking about. I think I've been. We walk upstairs, but I could be wrong.
Not walk upstairs. No, this is something different.
This is a different place. Okay, but anyway.
So you go, you get your little towel. Oh, and every other night except Thursday night, it's 100% nude all the time.
Right.
On Thursday, you can wear underwear.
But
I had to leave. Oh, right, on Big Boy night.
But on Big Boy night, they let you wear underwear.
You can. I mean, you don't have to. But that meant I had to go and buy underwear because I don't bring underwear to non-work functions. So anyway, so I went to Walmart and got a pair of underwear that matched my orange theme. Anyway, so I go, and, you know, you strip down to give you a little towel, to give you a little, you know, whatever. And I proceed to start walking around. And it's like a big warehouse. And they have taken office partitions and made walkways and pathways and little cubicles and little whatever. And you peek your head into the cubicle, and there are mattresses on the floor covered in a sheet And I walked in, I saw the mattress, and I was like, oh, I'm ready to go.
So wait a minute.
Immediately.
Listen, as soon as you said mattress on the floor, I was like, ew.
Yeah.
Not only is it on the floor, I don't know why I'm sitting here thinking, as soon as you said mattress on the floor, I'm thinking bed bugs. I don't know why.
I'm thinking bed bugs and fluids, and even if they wash the sheets on the mattress every day, it's still all kinds of shit soaks into those mattresses.
And even if you burn that damn mattress, I don't even think I want to be near the smoke when it went up.
Honey, all right, so they got this cubicle, they got all the mazes, and then they have a dark room. And, as a rule, I love a dark room, but this, there's dark rooms and then there's like a blackout room. And this was a blackout room where you literally could not see anything except for the little spot where the light was enough to see that there was mattresses on either side and a pathway. And I was like, ooh, no.
And listen.
No, but then I met, a gentleman caller, and we had a little bit more fun, so I was ready to stay for another 20 minutes.
Right.
So by the end of 40 minutes, I was ready to go.
But again, in this dark room, like we were talking about earlier, like Jennifer Lewis said, if it's dark, you can't check the meat. And you need to check the meat.
Always
check the meat.
But listen, So listen, I love a low-down, dirty, gutter bucket sex club like anybody. My favorite spot in all of creation.
But it has that
smell, that mixture of bleach, pine sol, and semen.
It's just a certain smell. You just walk in like...
You just know what it is, and just like, yes, okay, I'm home. Mount Morris in New York had the dirtiest carpet. It wasn't even carpet anymore. It was just a thin layer of fabric
that's attached to the floor. The glue from the natural glue.
Right, and then they had a steam room, but the steam room was filled with rust and everything, so you didn't go in there. But it was fun. Other than that, this place I was not feeling it, and I still had very complex feelings about their policy, because as we were finally leaving, because I finally ran into the person that brought me there, because I don't want to put all their business in the street, because, we may not want everybody to know where he was. Because I actually ran into him at some point as we were like passing in the darkness. Now the rest of the club wasn't completely dark. It was enough light to see, which I'm fine with, which was fine. But I said to him, I tapped him on the shoulder. I was like, I'm ready to go whenever you are. Because of course he drove, not me. Because if it had been me, I'd have been like, I'm ready to go now, and you can come with. No, that's my good Bristol. So I probably would have just waited in the car. But anyway, so you have to pay a membership fee, and then when you come back, it's like a recurring. So it's like Slammers. So like Slammers, you pay a one-time fee, and I think this one was like $20. The den it was $25, and then every other time you come, it was like $10. So I paid the $25, and my friend paid only $10.
Right.
And of course, then they say, well, now you have a membership to the club. Your membership is good on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Tuesdays is the Anything Goes night, so apparently, big bitches might be a thing on Anything Goes night. But I paid the same membership that anybody else that can come in and use the club 7 days a week. So, I had real feelings about that. And your little janky-ass club with your little dirty-ass mattresses and
on the floor with the roaches
on the fucking floor.
And the cum stains and the bed bugs and the roaches.
So I was like, that
was a problem for me.
Well, I might go back one more time. Just to, I got
research purposes.
So one never knows.
So that was Thursday.
So
fast forward to Friday.
Friday.
So Friday, here I am. I'm coming into town. I had to work. I was like, all right, no problem. Okay, cool. Mm-hmm. So I get on my flight. My flight's that evening because I couldn't leave till after work. It's like,
and everybody's like, where is Epic? He'll be here.
I'm coming. So I texted Minion because I was like, we were going to be in the same room. I was like, all right, okay, well, cool. I'm getting on my flight. I'll see you when I get there. It's like, okay, fine. I landed, and I said, I'm catching the shuttle over, but what room am I coming to? You're like, oh, yeah, come to this particular room. I was like, okay, no problem. So I get out the little shuttle, get off the shuttle, get on the elevator, walk into the hotel, see some people. I'm like, okay, all right.
Hey, Legionnaire.
I'm in the hallway, and so as I get upstairs in the hallway, I'm looking for the room number, and I walk over to the door, and I thought I heard something. Like I thought I heard something or somebody, and it was like. I didn't hear all that through the door. But
maybe okay. That was earlier.
That was right. But I heard something. So I said, well, maybe it's the television. I said, okay, because I'm on the floor.
Sure.
And I figure, maybe the TV's up. Maybe somebody was sleeping. I said, okay. So then I knocked on the door. And Dominion opens the door. He peeks his head from behind the door like, hello. Like, hello. And I was like, okay, hey, it's me. He's like, okay, all right, well, come on in. So I walk in, and I was like, okay, fine. And Dominion's wearing like a t-shirt, like shorts and like had a paddle in his hand. I was like, oh, okay. I was like, all right, cool, whatever. So as I walk down the hallway past the bathroom, I then see a leg and a thigh. And I was like, okay. And then I recognized the person. I see them with a ball gag, and they started having a conversation with me. They were like, oh, hey, and I was like, hey, oh my God, how are you? Listen. Never in my life have I ever thought I would walk into a room and see somebody with a ball gag in their mouth on their hands and knees and then having a conversation with them. And I'm like, hey, what's going on? I was like, oh, okay, wait. Listen, I'll come back because I don't want to interrupt singing. You're like, no. We've been playing for a minute. I was like, okay, well, no problem. I was like, well, listen, I'll just go ahead and unpack my stuff. I'm going to go back down the hallway and unpack my stuff in the little hallway by the bathroom. And I'll check out and go.
And I kept on doing what I was doing because we weren't done.
So he went back on to doing what he was doing. So I'm in the hallway.
We all grown.
Right,
shit.
yeah, I'm here for it. So I'm putting my stuff up. And all I hear is, well, and I was like, okay. And then I hear, It's like, so I'm putting my stuff up.
That's
and I'm
true.
like,
You've never actually seen me in action before like that.
Not in private. I've seen demos, but in private, that's something different.
A lot different.
So listen, and I just heard
I'm not playing for an audience.
Right. So listen.
Although you were the audience.
So as I got finished,
I got a reputation.
Yeah, he does. Listen, but I'll come back to that. But anyway, so as I got finished putting my stuff up, and I was like, okay, well, listen, I'm gonna go. You're like, no, we're finished. Then I heard y'all having a conversation. It was like, oh, this is after the ball gag came out. It was like, oh, hey. So then I finally was able to go and greet the person. I'm like, hey, hey, how you doing? Oh, yeah. Because again, we know them. Good friend, laughing, joking. I'm like, okay, cool. Then we're just sitting around talking, and everybody starts putting their clothes on. And we decided to go on down to the
suite.
Yeah, we went down. Sorry, we went down to the suite. Mm-hmm. So that was earlier. That was earlier that night.
Then
later on, fast forward a couple hours.
So
now we're
like low key. Like, listen, all right. You're at an event. Now this is for. Particularly for my leather and kinky people, but it could go for anybody, gay, straight. You're at an event or you're at a bar and you're not really into the person, but you're not into them. So you're just like casually flirting or casually talking.
Right.
You're not expecting it to go anywhere, but it's just what people do.
It just, yeah.
And this person...
They tried it.
They tried it.
Oh, let's be clear. They tried it. Voodoo, you are my witness. They tried it.
They tried it. Yeah, he was right there.
They tried it.
And he tried it and kept trying it and kept trying it and kept trying it to the point where maybe 45 minutes into the conversation, I was 100% over it. I was so over it that I got under it just so I could be over it again.
Listen.
Because it was just an annoying conversation. But anyway, I'm also nosy and, I want to see shit through to the end.
And they was trying to be combative.
They were trying to be combative.
But they were also trying to, like, keep this front up, like, yeah.
They wanted to get fucked, which is what they
That
wanted
was
to do.
really what it was all. And it was,
and
you fighting
knew
this
that.
shit.
I knew that.
Right. And I'm sitting there like,
we knew that.
Bitch. And
so I was like, listen, if you want it, then I will be there to support you.
But listen, it wasn't even that I wanted it. I actually just wanted to see you break his ass down. That's what I really wanted to see. That was why I chimed in and I said, you know what? We are getting ready to make this happen because I want to see you get broken down. Now, you're big 6'4", 322 pound or whatever the fuck you are. Listen, I want to see your ass get broke down. And that's mighty petty of me. But I don't care. But anyway, I just wanted to see that get broke down.
Let's let's add the point in that when he took his shirt off, a friend of ours who was the same friend that took me to the den said, and he's low-key shady like we are, so he just said to me, so like only I could, he was like, I smell sour milk. So anyway, and let's just be clear, the dude was getting increasingly more full
and obnoxious
and more belligerent, and not belligerent in like an angry kind of fighting way.
No,
but it was more of he thought that he was being he thought he was giving you his best swagger, and really he was just making a fool of himself. Anyway, so we get back to the room.
Hey, Mufasa.
And so can I?
Please.
Okay.
Please.
So those of you who have read Dominion's Opinions are familiar with the phrase vinegary undercarriage. That's when you do a swipe, a smell, and you smell vinegar.
Right.
So
listen. So we are
pull the boy's pants down and did the swipe and the smell and wrinkled his nose like this. Now he had a cocktail.
Listen, because I was full. Listen, I was full. Fucking around with that old cheap ass vodka, I was full. I was full, and I wasn't trying to let go of my drink. So let's be clear, I was full.
So epic, and this is you learn something new every day. I did not even know that you could disinfect a penis and balls by dipping it in a vodka cocktail.
Listen, the thing is, when I pulled that skin back, it was like it hit me like all up in my eye. It almost gave me like pink eye.
I don't do that. I don't put a lot of things in my mouth, but if I do, and I'm like, no.
But the problem is
enough is enough is enough.
But
I can't take it.
But the problem is if that's the situation that's going on, there's unless they are just out of the shower, especially if it's all day, there's going to be something there. And then there's a certain amount of man scent.
I'd have been like, you know what, Seth? You know what turns me on more than anything? A man who takes a bath.
Listen, but the thing is, all I know is at this particular point in time, at this particular moment, I was ready for this thing to happen because you had pulled your paddle out and you had started tapping on his ass, and I was like,
but
you know
I was so not into it. I was like,
listen, all I was trying to do was make sure that he was in the position so that I could get him to get, because I wanted to see, listen, I was ready for this break. If you don't know nothing about this man right here, listen, he will break an ass down, and I was here for it.
Yeah.
All of it. So I'm doing my best to try to keep him occupied, but when I got to that point, I said, whew. It's like, okay, so I took my little cup. So
he was over it.
I took my cup and I dipped that thing right down in it.
Like it was literally a ball wash.
Gave it a little cleansing. It came out a little fresh and vodka. So I took the vodka and I was like, okay.
You didn't drink that drink though.
No, I let that drink go.
Okay.
And then after that, it became boring.
Can we just be done with this?
Yeah.
But I will say that you do not have a lazy jaw. You are a professional, bitch.
Dial 1-800.
Right. So eventually I was just like, okay, we're done.
And here I am. I'm like this.
Right. I'm like, okay, all right.
Ready? Like what?
All right, I'm over this.
Can we go
I'm
now?
just waiting for the signal. And so I was like, okay, I'm all right, and gotta go. And then so the next day, but he was nice enough the next day, but
the next day you walked your ass down there. I guess you thought I was gonna be shady, but I wasn't. You walked past and you were like, hey. I'm like, hey, good morning. How are you? Hey, hi.
Right.
Hi, how are you?
I think he thought that we were a couple and that was going to be, because he asked that question like a couple of times.
It's like, we are not a couple. No, we are not a couple. I'm just trying to make this happen. We're not a couple.
So then Saturday, we met Geraldine, and that's all I can say about that. Those of you that were there know what I mean.
Who do you remember Geraldine?
Of course he does. And then Sunday, we went to Daiquiri Factory. Now, Daiquiri Factory, for those of you who haven't been, it's like Atlanta's version of Fat Tuesdays or Wet Willies.
Oh, my God.
Except with all of the Atlanta things that you might expect. Complete with a waitress who walks up and says, How y'all doing? My name's Shaquata. I'll be your way tonight.
Listen.
But she was the sweetest thing.
She was. She was actually pretty good.
She was good. And
she
was
pretty
our
good.
drinks filled.
Yes, she did.
You know, and
I came in, I was ready to get turned up. She was like, "You came in, you ready to get turned up?" I was like, "She ready, she ready." So it was, she was
And
good.
I was supposed to get a small picture, but they were out of small pictures.
She gave us the largest.
So they gave us the large picture
Yes,
for the
she
small
did.
picture price, and
Yes,
so I
she
was
did.
happy with that.
Yes.
If you ever go to the Daiquiri Factory, be sure to try the Bob Marley.
The Bob Marley is good.
Which is something red, something green, and something blue. I can't remember all of the flavors.
Red,
or
green and yellow. Was it? It was yellow.
It was yellow.
Yeah.
So, or you can try the Suicide, which is a little bit of all of the flavors.
That Suicide. Listen, they
and
give you the
little
picture.
ass Morgan had 2 of those.
Morgan was getting it in. Like Morgan was like, "Oh yeah, I'm good. This is 2." So I had my picture. I drank that. I think I shared a little bit with somebody. I was like, okay, fine. But yeah, I was starting to feel it, and it was a slow burn.
It is.
It was a slow burn. A slow burn. It took a minute for it to catch up, but it caught up.
And then we left there and went to Cafe Intermezzo.
Yeah, we had to be, upper
we were
class.
fancy. So,
Upper class
Cafe
fancy.
Intermezzo, I mean, they have food, but, when they have food, I mean, they have, like,
My coffee
watercress
was
salads.
cold, though. My coffee was cold. It was not as warm.
Really?
Yeah,
mine was fine. But they have like a whole cappuccino and tea menu, and then they have like 40 or 50 desserts. So you can have dessert and coffee beverages.
Yeah. So it was, it was cute. We had the cheesecake. I can't remember what type of cheesecake I had. It was the Reese's. It was a Reese's peanut butter or a chocolate and peanut butter type of cake with Reese's peanut butter on top of it. My cheesecake.
Oh, that's what you had. Yeah,
that's what I had, and it was pretty good. I just couldn't finish it. Like I was already full. I was like,
well,
wow.
right, because we had plenty.
We had
of
wings at. Morgan was knocking the back. Yeah, we had wings at the Daiquiri Factory, which is actually good. So just so y'all know, in case you want to go over to the Daiquiri Factory, the wings are good, but the drinks are even better. So get yourself the Daiquiri Factory drinks because they're even better.
And then, we were actually there to teach classes. So I taught 2 classes. One on it was called Penetration in the Age of Social Media, which was about how to use social media to maximize your brand. And I taught that along with our good Brista Legionnaire Onyx. So that was fun.
Yeah.
And then I taught a solo class on how to prepare an event. Or plan an event called 6 Simple Rules for Planning Your Next Event. So those both went really well, and I'm looking forward to going back next year. Less vinegary balls, but more fun. Oh, and then I had some fun on Sunday with my old regular, the whipped cream man.
So let me tell you about this entrance that this one did after Sunday coming through. So we're downstairs in the lobby waiting.
Yeah, and we got 2 minutes.
Downstairs lobby waiting. The elevator door opens, and when I swear to God, I tell you, Dominion became one old mean girl from high school. The door opened, and he was like,
"What does that mean?"
Walking in slow motion. You tilted that head. You started walking in slow motion, like, "Yeah, bitch, I did this." I was like, "Okay, bitch, you did that. You did that. You did that. You did that."
He liked it.
Well, listen, he consented. He liked it.
Right.
So that's I'm just saying.
So I'm going to save my complex feelings on not giving people energy for their foolishness for next week. And no stunt queen this week. So
well,
there are always stunt queens.
always
But we're going to wrap this up by telling you that the BGK8 show airs live on Wednesdays on www.voxwave.com, 9:15 to 10:15 Eastern, and 6:15 to 7:15 p.m. Pacific. Episodes are available on YouTube every Friday if you search for Vox Power 373 and look for the BGK8 show with Dominion and Epic. Very soon and very soon, probably in May.
Soon and very soon.
You'll be able to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter and Instagram, and you'll be able to find our podcast, hopefully, on iTunes. So, Epic, how can the listeners get in contact with you?
So, on Facebook, you can find me. Pretty simple, Epic Onyx. And you can find me on Instagram at I am Epic Onyx. And also, you can reach me on Twitter at Epic Onyx 1.
And you can reach me on Twitter and Instagram at Dom Onyx, on Facebook at facebook.com/Dominion Onyx, and www.domonyx.com, where you're going to be hearing a lot more from me in the next couple of months as I kick off some new projects. And you can also email me at dominiononyx@gmail.com. Please feel free to send nudes.
Yeah, Epic Onyx at I am Epic Onyx at gmail.com. You can send them as well too. I'm just saying, or you can send on Facebook, either way.
So thank you all for tuning in to episode 11. We look forward to seeing you next week. Have a wonderful weekend and good night.
Stay black, gay, and kinky, and human.
Stay classy since yeah. Just do it.
Good night.
Good night.